we're underway for the feature event with the street stock. Brown already shoots the bottom to the race lead. Here comes Danny Pizzo on the bottom for the second spot. Behind them, Alyssa Paparocki looking to clear for that fourth spot. She does. Smooth through 1 and 2. Still about a car length and a half for the 21 machine. As he rounds the final corners, it's going to be win number 2 on the year for Brian Brown. Into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off, green flags in the air. We're racing. Maestri with the advantage as they head down into turn 1 and 2. Frank Dumicic Jr. fights hard on the inside for the position. Looking to take back that race lead. He does. He clears for the race lead as they head down into 1 and 2. Maestri all over the back bumper of that 42 machine. Further back, a slide there out of the 18 of Jack Hanley Jr. He gathers it back up and holds on somehow to that 5th spot for the moment.
The 1 and the 42 are fighting for points for 3rd position in the points battle. After tonight, there's only 2 races left, and Sean Glennon, who's only 8 points behind the 18, is 3rd. Now is looking underneath a little bit of Lou Maestri. Lou Maestri pulls ahead. Sean Glennon's still trying to get his nose down there as he's racing side by side with Dave Conan. They're leaning on each other. Jack Hanley looks to maybe go to the outside. Gets behind the 97 and on the inside now with the
contact.
Lead. Gets
sideways.
Glennon will take.
Not at the moment. What a drive by Frank Dumicic Jr. He had that thing pitched sideways and still drove away with the lead.
Sean Glennon took advantage of that and almost grabbed the lead. Taking advantage of getting past the number 1, the 1 and the 42 getting into each other over in turn number 3. Now Sean Glennon looking underneath the 42 for the position.
Glennon still looking to the inside for that race lead. Maestri behind him in 3rd. Here comes Jack Hanley in 4th. Side by side down the back straightaway. They race for the lead. Sean Glennon powers on the outside. He's looking to clear as they head back down into 1 and 2. He's going to down the back straightaway. Sean Glennon, the new race leader, as he takes over the top spot.
Jack Hanley Jr. sees that while he sits in 4th. Looks underneath Lou Maestri as Lou Maestri was looking down the outside of Frank Dumicic Jr. at a 2. Maestri looking really strong, gets a little sideways. Aaron Salamino gets into the number 1 truck of Lou Maestri.
No yellow at the moment as the 1 of Maestri sits stopped in the infield. Here comes the yellow flag. Caution is out. Oh, as we see in the replay there, the 1 and the 18 get loose. They fire off, green flags in the air. We're green with 14 laps to go. Glennon with a great restart on the bottom. Here comes Jack Hanley Jr. on the inside. He gets past Frank Dumicic Jr. for 2nd. Now he can set his sights on the 77 of Glennon with the race lead.
He has his sights set on.
Around goes the 95 of Aaron Salamino off the front end of the 52 machine. Into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off, green flags in the air with 13 laps to go. Hanley with a great restart on the outside. He leads them down into turn 1. Holding strong for the moment on the outside as 1 goes around in the middle of the field. It's the 94 of Tony Naglieri. He's spun on the inside. Yellow flag comes out. Glennon and Hanley lead us down into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off, green flags in the air. We're back underway. Glennon slides on the bottom. He holds on to it and holds on to the nose out front lead.
Kept his foot in the gas and he does it again, getting a little sideways. Oh, they touch down here on the front stretch and they're heading into turn number 1.
Leaning on each other like crazy. Down the front, down the back straightaway. Glennon with the nose out in front for the moment. As they come back to see 11 laps to go, Sean Glennon holds on to the race lead for the moment. Hanley still trying to fight on that outside around him. He backs out. Dives it under him with a crossover. What a move by Jack Hanley. He's going to get to the inside of the 77 machine.
Guys are battling hard. Jack Hanley Jr. got underneath him, leaned on him hard in turn number 3 and 4. Body slammed a little bit. Again, coming through turn 4 side by side as they head down the front straightaway. That crossover move early by Jack Hanley Jr.
Glennon powers around the outside for the moment on the 18 machine. As again, they stay side by side for another lap out front. Hanley dives it down to the bottom. He gains an advantage, but then down the straightaway, Glennon just seems to get that run.
Jack Hanley Jr. driving in hard. Looks like Sean Glennon's fast coming out of the turn.
Hanley using all the tools of the trade he's got in the toolbox to try to find his way to the race lead on the inside of the 77 machine. 6 laps to go this time by. Glennon still leads for the moment.
They come to the 5 to go. I will say it once again. This is like gladiators battling the Coliseum between these two. As they head off of turn number 4, Sean Glennon will take the lead.
Glennon takes the lead for the moment. Hanley all over the back end of that 77 machine right now. Gives him a bit of a tap through the middle of 3 and 4. He gets to the inside of him. Glennon closes the door back down into 1 and 2. Hanley forces his way in the door no matter what. As he heads back down into 3 and 4, he gets to the inside of that 77. They touch again off the corner. 3 laps to go. Jack Hanley Jr. trying to do anything he can to get around the 77 as Sean Glennon.
Back is an accident on the backstretch. Caution is out between the 1 and the 52.
With 3 laps to go, they fire off. Green flags in the air. Jack Hanley with an advantage on the outside as they head down into 1 and 2. Glennon alongside of him gets the advantage down into 3 and 4 as they're going to come around to see 2 laps to go this time by. Sean Glennon takes the lead for the moment. Hanley to the back bumper of the 77. He now looks to cross him over to the inside. Into 3 and 4. He's alongside the 77. White flag. 1 more lap to go here for the Super Pro Truck. Jack Hanley Jr. dives into the bottom of the racetrack. He gets alongside the 77. What does he have into 3 and 4 for the final time? He drives it in deep. They both wash up the racetrack. To the line. It's going to be Sean Glennon at the line. Into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're underway for 25 laps with the crate modifies. Delaney looking a bit strong on that outside. He ekes out the race lead for the moment. Continues to try to build on the outside. Can he clear as they head down into 1 and 2? Not at the moment just yet. But as they come off of turn 2, he does. A 1 around in the back and another 1 in the wall. But Delaney and Glennon lead us down into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're back racing with 24 laps to go. Delaney on the bottom gets a good launch as they head down the back straightaway. Nose is out in front of the 87. Vinny Delaney looking to keep that race lead. He does.
5th and 6th.
Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 87 and Glennon. Around he goes. The 9 involved. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're back racing with 20 laps to go. AJ DeSantis with a very nice restart on the outside. He holds firm on the outside for the moment as they battle for the race lead down into 3 and 4. Vinny Delaney takes the advantage as they head down the front straightaway this time. Davidowitz now to the inside of the 27 of DeSantis as Delaney clears for the race lead. Take the white flag. He's got about a car length and a half gap behind him to the 1 of Richie Davidowitz. But out of turn 4, he goes from toe hook to top shelf. Vinny Delaney scores his first win on the season in the Eagle Chevrolet Crate Modifies.
Witzakowski on the outside.
Green flags out. We're racing for 40 laps with the late models. Turbish races out to an early race lead as they all kind of stacked up behind the 69 of Ryan Zerkowski.
We had 3 wide down there, down the back straight, 3 wide down here on the front stretch with CJ Lehman, Razzi, and on the outside, Metzger, and now Dave Brigatti making it 3 wide underneath Keith Razzi. Keith Razzi getting stuck in the middle on both times 3 wide down the front and back straightaway.
Man, it's almost like Dave Brigatti's been shot out of a cannon. Him and CJ Lehman from the inside line went from 5th and 9th to 2nd and looking to go for 3rd.
Racing side by side. Again,
Around goes the 15. Gerard Giordano goes around. As we're going to see a replay here on Flow. Ooh, man. On into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air with 28 laps to go. Hard into the wall goes the 23 of Kevin Metzger. Yellow flag is out. You see them take the green flag. And it's just, man.
That was a hard hit. The side of that car hit hard.
They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're back racing with 28 laps to go. Turbish with the advantage on the bottom for the moment. Here comes Lehman and Brigatti. They're side by side for a second. Cheslak slots into the fourth spot behind him with Roxy in fifth. Can he do the same through 3 and 4? Gives him a little bit of a tap. Sideways is the 17 of Brandon Turbish. What a save by Brandon Turbish. Holds on to it and holds on to the lead for the moment.
CJ Lehman almost making it 3 wide to take the position. And here comes Ed Cheslak now underneath CJ. Puts his nose on the Dave Brigatti.
The envelope has definitely been pushed at this moment. A little bit of bodywork dangling from the back.
A tribute to first responders. Ed Cheslak now
He
gets to the
spins
back
him.
of him. Up in the air goes Brandon Turbish. Major damage to Ed Cheslak's number 99. And Dave Brigatti will now assume the lead, it looks like.
Late models for CJ Lehman as they head towards the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're racing with 4 laps to go.
Great start for the 98 of Dave Brigatti, taking the early lead of this race. CJ Lehman follows into second. Keith Rotsity into the back of him. CJ Lehman goes around.
The Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're back racing with 4 laps to go again.
Cars like a rocket ship on the restarts for Dave Brigatti.
Around goes the 5 and the 17.
Rush Jansen getting through that whole incident.
Gets led down to the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air with 2 laps to go. Rotzi to the bottom of the racetrack. Behind the 98 of Brigatti. Dave Brigatti with a solid lead at the moment as he comes around to see the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Dave Brigatti. Smooth and clean down the back straightaway. He's going to come from P9 to P1 and win for the second time on the season, does Dave Brigatti in the late models. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're racing for 50 laps with the Tour Type Modified. Elwood sticks it out with an early race lead. Owen Grennan, we had a move on the high side, takes second place. The battle right now is for third between Roger Turbish on the inside and John Beatty on the outside. Just a few laps to go. Oh, contact further back. Tom Rogers, Chris Rogers, and Dylan Slepian all involved. Yellow flag is out as the 10 of Dylan Slepian as we see sparks from the 03.
Tom Rogers Jr. not happy with Chris Young, and Chris Rogers also doesn't seem too happy with Chris Young right now in this race. Whoa. Incident right here on the front stretch with Tommy Rogers Jr. Uncle and nephew here. Tom Rogers Jr. and Chris Rogers. Again! Tommy Rogers.
The field creeps down the back straightaway, heading towards the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're back racing with 32 laps to go.
Side by side, Kyle Elwood and Owen Grennan. Drag racing down the back stretch as they head off of turn number 4, side by side. Owen Grennan with the nose ahead of Kyle Elwood. Kyle Elwood still there underneath. Looks like Owen Grennan will grab the position, but Kyle isn't having it as he's still racing hard underneath him.
Owen Grennan making that outside line work for his 38 machine. Can he compete complete the move around the outside of Kyle Elwood.
Getting sideways is Kyle Elwood, but stays on the gas. Kyle Elwood's trying to take the win and give a birthday present to his right-hand man there, Chan Slutz.
Owen Grennan to the race lead. Contact on Wednesday sent him home early, but this time he'll be the first to see the checkered flag for the second time this year and the third time in his career. He's a Buzz Chew Chevrolet Tour Type Modify winner. You've seen him on ABC's Wide World of Sports. You've seen him on ESPN, ESPN2, the Speed Channel, MAV TV, and on Flow Racing. Tonight you're going to see him live and in person. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the world-famous TK Figure 8 stock cars. As they take the green flag, Ryan Warren immediately jumps out to your race lead. Ooh, contact between Kim Hyde and Will Farrell. Around goes the one machine. Caution flag is out as they come out of turn 3. They're going to see the green flag. Green flag is out. Warren to the race lead. Here comes David White looking for P2 on Scott Peterson.
From the back of the pack, David White. Alan Peterson grabbing the position past him for fourth.
As to the left side of him is the 03 of Alan Peterson. Can he hold him off?
Alan Peterson already with 3 wins this season. On the outside of Ryan Warren. Ryan Warren working hard. He knows how to get around this figure 8 track, the highs and the low. Alan Peterson now side by side on the outside. Ryan trying to grab the position for the next turn. You're always trying to set yourself up for the next corner. And Ryan loves nothing but for that. And we have a caution. 16 of Tyler Farrell and Kim Hyde in the 85. So that's it. We're going to have the yellow checkers displayed. Taking down the win. Let's hear for Ryan Warren. About to put down the smoke show.
Into the Newsday Go Zone. They fire off. Green flags in the air. We're underway for the first responders race.
Fred Grover really fast on the start of this race, getting past Mark Rayner there in the 3. Now the 19 of Keith Zachman getting past for second position. It's there, and Kevin Feeney. He's lapping some really good cars already in this race.
Fred Grover is on a mission, man.
I don't know what Chris Grover told him, but he's on the go pedal. Showing the bumper there.
He was up top 4 wide there for a moment. Oh, around goes the 01.
Oh, Woot Lawrence.
And the tire is bouncing around 3 and 4.
The tire is off the hub.
Is it going to go further than Woot?
Woot Lawrence. And Mariah Lawrence's hands just went up in the air.
That's Amanda Anderson in the 13.
Yeah, Amanda Anderson pulling out.
The tire is still going. It is still going down our front straightaway here at Riverhead Raceway.
If that tire only had
it's going to make it to victory lane.
If it only had a transponder, that lap would have counted for Woot Lawrence.
It's still going.
Staying on the white line.
Oh.
Wobbling in. Yes, then it takes a rest. He had this whole tire field handcuffed from the green flag. AJ, take us to the checkers, man.
Well, he's going to book them all. Fred Grover wins the 4 and 6 cylinder first responders gut and go.